Glad to have you join us again. It's Business Breakfast on iBrand Television. Ambrose Omodrian is with me in the studio to do some analysis of what's playing out at the stock market. But before we dive into the conversation, let me tell you how it played out at the exchange yesterday. The Nigerian stock market sustained its gains on Thursday, defying National Bureau of Statistics report showing January inflation rate reached a new high of 29.90% in January 2024, compared with 28.92% in December. The market closed in green after rising by 0.58% to close at 329 billion naira as investors bought mostly shares of Honeywell Flour Mills PLC, Julie PLC, and Universal Press PLC, amongst others that were on demand. The all-share index and market capitalization increased further to 104,100 basis points and 56.96 trillion naira respectively. Also, the stock market year-to-date return increased further to 39.22% at the closing of trading. Ambrose Omodrian is the Chief Research Officer at Invest Data Consulting Limited. It's a great pleasure, beg your pardon, having you join me on the show this morning.
Thanks for having me, Blessed.
Ambrose, starting with my opening remarks, it shows that the capital market has definitely defies the pressure that inflation actually bring on it. Can you give us some insight into how the market was able to fight against inflation having any negative effect on its trading activities?
Yeah, actually, the figure came already at the midday,
yes.
in the afternoon section of the market.
Yes.
And when it came, we saw the impact during the activity toward the end. But because high cap stocks were also in green, that's what the index to close positive, which is also good. For almost two sessions of our market in the green, as a result of high capital gaining. And when you say high capital gaining, it's not a reflection of the general market. Because that is profit taking activities. That's why yesterday our target is a mixed market. That's why it closed positive. But we see that the market rate is negative, and why we see also the buying sentiment around 62 and sentiment around 38. Says the market is still mixed. But the good thing is that markets at what we call professional level or phase, which also at the same time a distribution phase that will usher in either a breakout or a breakdown. But the good thing that this morning we are seeing that the high cap stocks have also pushed the market higher to break out to make a new all-time high in the market for today. Which I know that the life of Boa Food, Google has almost touched 900 and something this morning. That's like the market in the green. But investors should be carried with this up market. Why I say so is that look at the general market performance. Which industry, which sector is moving? Apart from this Boa Food and Boa Cement. That means as an investor, you have to treat with caution. Don't just target on this high cap stock because one, they don't have the capacity to pay good dividend that support the price. And at the same time, too, because of the personality behind these companies, that's why they are riding. It's not because of the performance of the company. That's why the difference between market analysis and company analysis. Investors should have this at the back of their mind so that it will help you to know what to do at the right time.
Okay, let's look at some of the activities that actually played out at the course of the week. With what we've seen in the course of the week, what direction do you think the market will be heading today as we wrap up the trading session for the week?
I expect market players to digest the inflation figure yesterday, this morning, and also those in physical markets that already were seeing that lineup has been in place for next week. I expect to see federal government savings bond next week, also TV option next week. That means now that we're seeing inflation almost 30%, not just 29.9,
yes.
30% already.
Yes.
And we're seeing that last option on TV, we saw the highest was 19% for 4 days. For me, as after that day, the next day it declined to sustain. Then we're looking forward to see what the option price rate be when inflation is already at 30. And don't forget that in the equity market, there are some companies that as price goes start continue to go, they still push their cost to their consumer. And investor, this type of investor, not just to be looking at the gloomy economy or the picture. What we do now, what we call sector rotation. Look at the industries, and if you are a company that has that characteristic of a defensive nature, go down and wait and watch, because I tell you, in any market, anywhere in the world, whether there's uncertainties, apart from there's war, I think there's opportunity for you to make money in the market. Even when there's war, as we speak now, those that are into war equipment in US, they're making money. Because why? As Ukraine and Russia are still there, we're seeing in the crisis in the Middle East. That means those that are manufacturing war equipment are making money. That means in any situation, there's for you to make money. As an investor, think outside the box, where should I start killing now? Especially as I see inflation hitting, the roof. For me, there's no time for panic.
Let's dive a little bit into the commodities market now. Going by the current inflationary rate, what would you say, or what would be your projection in terms of pricing mechanism within the commodities market?
See, within outside, if you look outside Nigeria, because of we saw dollar weakening overnight because of weak U.S. retail sales data. Automatically, that will not be a plus for commodity market, because if you are seeing a weaker dollar, people will now buy more, and that will push prices up. And that's why yesterday we saw that oil price was in green yesterday. This morning still oscillating.
Fluctuating,
so people are just looking at what to do. But come back to Nigeria, I will tell you, as far already seeing sign that yes, it's true that the government declared emergency in food. In the food
and the government is saying that they will focus on importation of food. Right. Tell us how all of this is going to play out.
They earlier declared emergency in that sector of food. Now, I tell you, some states are already trying to fence their domain, that they don't want their food to go to there. That is also a sign that Nigerians will sit up. If I tell you, when there's hungry, the next thing is what? They say an angry man is an
hungry man is an angry man. Then the next thing we should be expecting is anarchy in the land, which we don't pray happens.
What would you do now as the government? Watch your policy. Watch your policy, because it has a way of giving direction. If your policy is trying to attract foreign investors because you want to boost your FS reserve on the expense of your economy, because if I'm telling you, with this inflation hitting almost 30, it is already a signal on a pointer that next MPC meeting is going to be rate hike.
Yeah, exactly, because I'm going to ask you what the direction would be now.
This one is just for me, if you hike rate, automatically, and that will also people also will lay off in their offices. And already the potential of Nigerians are low. Savings culture is low, because if you don't know you have that, you can save.
Yes.
And also you are not coming to raise your bond or option at a high rate, trying to encourage savings where there's no savings. You're going to cry to the people are not earning. And also you are pretending that you want to bring your inflation to 21, when you're also planning to increase wages for workers. I'm very sure I don't know where all this are coming from. I think it's time for our economic managers to sit down and see where we are going. Yes, might be a lot of issue around us as a nation, but sit down. Let's see the step you are taking. Yes, you took the first initiative by remove subsidy, which everybody was clapping. You repair the exchange rate, fine. But what next after these two major policies? Good question,
because I was supposed to ask you that question. I'm
letting yes. What next? Because you can see that we're already importing inflation to Nigeria because of exchange rate, and also because of little produce from the farm. Price of goods are high because high demand and less supply. Economic is just that's why price of food item in the market is going up every day. A tuber of yarn is almost getting to 5,000 naira per.
Very true.
And I tell you that the poor will start eating. They will stop eating. Like someone told me that these days now people can start eating without meat, without even oil, because the way it's going. That's why the government need to sit down, especially the economy, because not all the government, the economy managers, are signed as well to manage the economy, to look at the indicators and see where we are going. If not,
two major reforms, two major policies that this administration has made since it took over office has put in the economy into comatose. What kind of policies do you think we should be having to bringing the economy on the path of growth?
No, the two, for me, they are not actually a bad policy. It is the supplementary one that come after that matters. When you verify your exchange rate, you should know that the backlog are there. There will be demand for more. And also, are you encouraging our export angle production of Nigeria? What are we exporting? Are you encouraging it? And also, people that are bringing more Nigeria, how are they now that everybody when you bring more Nigeria, you turn it to Naira? Automatically, people are not having access to dollar. Again, the demand within the economy will be high.
Yes.
Will be high. But if before that, when I found now, I have a brother start in US, he sent me dollar and I put in my Dominican account. Next time, if I need dollar, I don't need to go and be buying from Abuki where the demand will be high. Or going to the bank. I use the one they sent to me to transact. That's what we want. Now that everything is Naira, fine. It's true that I'm part of them that said we don't want to dollarize Nigeria because this is a dollar economy. We need Naira there. Yes, but as you are putting Naira everywhere, what are you doing to make sure that we are becoming productive? Because when you are depending on only one source of income, which is source of the money, which is the oil, and also our oil production. Yes, we are improving, we are seeing it going up, but I tell you, at this time we need to still do more, because one, cost of fund is very, very important, because the entrepreneurs that will engage people, if they don't have access to cheaper funds, how would they employ people? You said that also the CBN gave a sign that intervention in different sectors that they need to find mechanism or those ones to look at. That means you are, if you say you are against intervention before now, but you need to bring another process. It will take time again. But for me, you need to do a lot of intervention in some sector again. Yes, it's a way of also pushing money to the system. But we should know that our inflation today is not money push inflation. This is cost push inflation.
Finally, before I let you go now, the Central Bank of Nigeria has stopped the payment of or the sales of dollar for PBT and BBT. What ripple effect do you think that will have? Will that in any way bring succor to the volatility in the exchange rates?
You know, all the essence of all those funds, because if you are traveling outside Nigeria, you have something to spend if you are landing there. If we are not, we are not having access to the world, you still demand will still be on the banks, and also because if we are stopping it, how are they going to get it? I mean, I tell them not to move away from Nigeria again. We have to travel. This is part of also business. No, for me, I just say, no, this try and error, go in here, come out. For me, let's see, give them time, but I still believe that we need to do more. The problem is that if they need to do overhaul in that team now, I think this is the right time. They should add more.
The UK, sorry to butt in, Ambrose, the UK is technically into a recession because the economy outlook is in tatters, according to reports that we got. Is Nigeria not heading towards that direction?
You can see that Japan is gradually...
Japan too, I was going to mention that, yeah. Also into recession, yeah.
But, you know, last last government, we were in recession 2 times, in and out. If we're entering again for that time, for me, it's not news again.
Finally, your outlook as we wrap up on this segment of the show.
The market is likely to close the positive because I told you that we are seeing a high cap stop gaining.
Ambrose Omodio, Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting Limited. Thank you so much for your time with me on the show this morning.
Thanks for having me.
All right, folks.